we stay on the road, week 14, game 13 at Tennessee. If we lost to them at home, I think we lose to them on the road. I don't want to get into this again. I'm going to go with a loss at Tennessee.
Yep. I want to say that if we do beat them the first time, we're absolutely losing this time. And the reason why is because it's going to be week 14. Derrick Henry is probably really getting on his roll like he does every year. He always, like the first few games, maybe the first half of the season, it's like, oh, maybe Derrick Henry's falling off. And then as midseason comes and then we're getting towards the end of the season, he's just breaking out 200-yard games like there's no tomorrow. If we beat Tennessee this year, it's going to be the first game at home. Obviously, people would predict at home. But the week 14 game against them, I'm like, Derrick Henry's going to rush for 200-plus yards. No
and, hey, plus, I would love to beat Tennessee at home anyway, as opposed to on the road. I'm cool with losing to them on the road, but beating them at home would be pretty sweet. And then we played the Texans again. We've already talked about the Texans a little bit. I think this is a victory for the Jaguars. I think they sweep the Texans this year. I think the home game is even easier for them. I don't think the Texans are going to be playing for much at this point, and I think Jacksonville has a lot to play for at this point, and you might be saying, why? You have them at 5-8. Well, I also think that the Jaguars, rookies and young players, are still going to be thirsty and hungry to perform. I don't think this is a team that's going to take the foot off the gas no matter what the situation is. And I don't think Urban Meyer is the coach that's going to let that happen. I think he's going to keep the locker room together no matter what the case is. I think this is a victory at home for the Jags versus the Texans in week 15.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that we're going to sweep them as well just because, you know, if Deshaun Watson's not playing at all this year, like I wrote down for this game, like, are they the worst team in the NFL? Like by this point, are they the team that's looking at, you know, the number one pick towards the end of the year? Houston might be the number one pick next year, and that'd be crazy because, you know, when you have a Deshaun Watson you just drafted and he plays like an MVP, how did it go wrong? So
yeah, and hey, they missed out on the quarterback race. They don't get any good quarterbacks. I think the best quarterback next year is that loser out of Southern California, Slovis. I don't think he's going to be anything great, but hey, not my problem, not my team, not my problem. So I don't really care. At the Jets, at New York Jets, this is a game that a lot of people have circled. Number one pick versus the number two pick. A little bit of a Christmas present from the NFL. Trevor Lawrence at Zach Wilson. I'm excited for this game, Jacob. What do you think?
No, yeah, it's going to be exciting just for the matchup. What's going to be interesting is to see where each quarterback is by this point, because we're obviously Jaguar fans, so we're very biased for Trevor Lawrence. And I've said Zach Wilson, I'm a little afraid of what situation he's going into. Does he play well? Is he changing things in New York? Or is he kind of burning, you know, like Sam Darnold? Like maybe he's putting up some stats, but they're losing games and it's just not a good situation. And
yeah,
I think maybe his pressure will be a lot greater than our pressure. And it's only because there's a lot surrounding Trevor to succeed, whether it's other players or coaching staff, whatever. Like, is Adam Gase still the coach for New York?
No,
right? So. Oh, it's Robert. I actually heard something funny about Robert Saleh saying that they had a mini camp, or the rookie mini camp, and I think when the buzzer went off or like they blew the whistle, he kind of stood back behind the huddle, waited for the head coach to speak, and he was like, "Oh wait, shoot, I'm the coach. I'm supposed to go speak." And he hasn't been in that position yet, that it kind of took him by surprise. But yeah, Zach Wilson, I think he's a good prospect and a good quarterback. It's just, does New York provide him with what he needs to succeed? And by now, are they in a good spot?
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, because I know a lot of us have been kind of mesmerized by the whole Trevor Lawrence train and all that excitement. But by this point, we should know what Zach Wilson is. And I'm not one to jump to conclusions quickly on quarterbacks, but I think the New York media is. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how the pressure mounts in New York for Zach Wilson. Matt, what do you think about this matchup? Trevor Lawrence at Zach Wilson, Jags at Jets. Where's your mind at?
Jets, suck.
I
love it.
That's where I'm at.
That's all we need to know. Jacob, are you going with a win or a loss here?
I say we win this game. I'm hoping that we're the better team.
I'm going to go with a win here as well, which takes us to 7-8 going into week 17, which 7 teams make the playoffs. I don't know if 7-8 is going to be in the picture or in the hunt, but it makes me excited. 7-8 is kind of a fun thing.
An extra 7th spot in the playoff, right?
Yeah, so 7 teams make the playoffs, right? So
the only thing is, I'm pretty sure the 7th team last year in the AFC was 11 wins. So it's like in the NFC it was 8 wins. I think it was the Bears?
Oh, whoa. That was a COVID year, so we throw that out the window. This is a brand new season. 7-8 might be in the hunt.
Hopefully. It'll be in the hunt regardless. If we have 7 wins, we'll be in the hunt.
Well, hey, at this point, do you think we're in the hunt in the division? Or do you think Do you think Tennessee's just gonna run away?
Do you think Tennessee's running away with the division, or I don't know? Like, I hate putting faith into Carson Wentz after the last couple seasons, but
that's a discussion for another day. Maybe we look at each division individually throughout this summer. Yeah, Pooj Crew, be on the lookout for divisional previews and stuff as NFL season approaches. We'll look into all the teams and all that good stuff to give you more football content. Week 17 at the New England Patriots. My God, my heart is still somewhere on the floor in Gillette Stadium after the Jaguars blew the AFC Conference Championship. Oh, my God. Jacob, take it over. I can't even talk about it.
This is once again, I'm questioning who's going to be the quarterback. Is it going to be Cam Newton? Did Mac Jones start the season? Probably not. But is he starting now? Whether he started the season or not, there's a good chance we see Mac Jones. And if we see Mac Jones, this makes it a much more winnable game. Even if we see Cam Newton, I think it's a winnable game. The Patriots have not been as dominant. Do they get back some of their – I'm pretty sure they had a lot of defensive players opt out. And that defense was really
good. They had like five defensive players opt out last year. And they spent a shit ton in free agency.
Yeah, but I feel like they didn't spend on good play. Okay, this is actually going to be a big-time revenge game for the Jags. We're winning this game, and I'll tell you why. Urban Meyer probably wanted one of Hunter Henry or Jonnu Smith, and he's going to be pissed off. So he's going to put Tim Tebow in on defense just to knock one of them out, and maybe knock both of them out. If Hunter Henry's made it to week 17, Tebow's going in as a linebacker, and his job is to hit Hunter Henry, and his very clean slate is going out the window.
I love it.
That's all I'm saying.
Hot take. Tebow's going to come in at fullback. They're going to hand it off, but boom, jump pass in the end zone for a touchdown.
Bro, actually, you know what? I never thought of him playing fullback, but this could be good.
Wow.
I think Tebow would be crazy. Yeah, no, I don't even care about tight end. See him block for ETN or man, he might be the best fullback in the league.
Ooh, maybe he's just got the position messed up. But yeah, fullback. Maybe he tries that. Maybe they figured that out in training camp, and we just figured it out here on the Poojie podcast. So Jacob, are you going with the win or a loss here?
Man, oof. I want to say we've won against Houston, we've won against New York. We're at New England, but I'm not as scared of New England. Let's say we win that game just from the momentum we got going. Win at New England.
I like it. You know what? I'm also going to take a win here as well. I like some of the points you brought up. I feel like for the last 20 years, we've just been scared of the Patriots name. I guess everyone in the NFL has. But at some point, almost like the Pittsburgh Steelers, you stop being afraid of teams. Kind of like, Kevin McAllister. Guess what? I ain't afraid anymore. We're going to show up to New England, and we're going to beat the brakes off the New England Patriots. We're going to send it back into the 80s when they were shitty. And Trevor Lawrence is going to look at Bill Belichick and say, hey, you should have tanked for me and not sat there at 15 and gotten Mac Jones. You could have had me. I think the Jags win this game. Matt, what do you think about this one?
Yeah, no, I love it. Give me the hype. Give me the energy. I think at this rate, it's going to be Mac Jones at quarterback. And honestly, I think Cam has already lost his edge. He can't throw the football more than 15 yards because he ruined his shoulder. So I think it's going to be Mac Jones. This could be a high-scoring affair. Trevor Lawrence and Mac Jones is going at it back and forth, but who knows? But, hey, I love it. Give me Tim Tebow for the game-winning touchdown. Give me the Jags in this one.
My biggest worry here is we saw what happened last year with the Patriots versus the Chargers when Justin Herbert was a rookie, and I don't think people are done talking about that. I'm pretty sure the Patriots won like 41-0, and I think Bill Belichick can game plan very nicely versus rookie quarterbacks. That's the one biggest fear I have in this game. Week 18 versus the Colts, by our standards, we are 8-8. We're 500 going into the last week of the season. Realism may have gone out the window, but excitement is very much within these walls right now. 8-8 going into week 18 versus the Colts, which at this point, 9 wins might win a wild card bid. I don't know, but we are at home versus the Colts. Jacob, I need to hear your thoughts on this. We've already talked about the Colts, but just where's your head at?
I guess my thing is we've talked about Carson Wentz. Is he good? Is he not? Their backup, I looked it up while we were looking up other teams, Jacob Eason. So if Carson Wentz isn't healthy, maybe this just goes off the rails for them. Here's my thing. Week 18, we have something to play for in our scenario. My question is, where are the Indianapolis Colts? Are they on the brink of maybe having a title, like a division title? Are they on the brink of wild card? Are they set? Are they set where maybe the last week they're like, you know what, we're not worried about it? Depending on what they're playing for, almost tells me like what I think the Jags would do, because we're going to be hungry no matter what, because we're probably going to be the underdog. But if the Colts are sitting pretty in the division, maybe they're not too worried about week 18, and that's where we come in and win. Maybe if they have something to fight for, they're going to play pretty hard against us, but it is at home. And I feel like we always play Indy well. Am I crazy if I predict a win week 18?
No,
Trevor Lawrence
nothing's
has
crazy
full
right now.
season?
Nothing's crazy.
Oh, I want to say we have something
Like you said, realistic's out the door.
Realism's gone, Jacob. Realism left when we beat the 49ers and the Falcons.
Hey, if we have something to play for, we have Urban Meyer, winner. Trevor Lawrence, winner. And Tim Tebow, just that like energy that he's gonna bring. He's gonna be the weekly like guy in the huddle that's just like cranking like the team up or whatever.
He's the team chaplain. He's just gonna come in and fire everyone up.
He's a motivational speaker.
If we're in a spot to play for something, Tebow's going to motivate everybody to win this game. Let's win it.
And hey, I'm going to take a win here as well for all the reasons you just said. And because back in 2011, last time Tim Tebow played meaningful football in the NFL, he led the Denver Broncos on an unbelievable stretch down the road to end the season, go to the playoffs, beat the Pittsburgh Steelers and in the AFC wildcard game. And I think 4 wins to close out the season, finish at 9-8. Texans, Jets, Patriots, Colts. Not the most daunting part of the season. I think the middle part of this season is awful. It's very scary, but I think the first 4 and the last 4 are very winnable games, and that is where 8 of those 9 wins could come from. I say 9-8 is a moonshot. I think that's the ceiling, the absolute ceiling. I think that we're not taking a lot of other factors into this, but I also think that we're being as realistic as possible. I like that there, the win versus the Colts to finish 9-8.
Yeah, I had 8-9 technically if I said San Francisco was a loss, but predicting 8-9 wins after what happened last year, like you said, that's a ceiling pick, because to jump up like that, I feel is not unlikely when you have a quarterback coming in like Trevor Lawrence, as long as he is what he's supposed to be. Maybe we bump up or we bump down a couple games just to take away our bias, but like if we have 6+ wins, I think that's a success for the season to go from 1 win, like 6+, 7, 8, 9. And then hopefully see in year 2, that's where these guys, like these rookie quarterbacks, really jump in year 2. Yeah. So let's build off year 1. If we have something better than we think, great. But year 2 is probably where we're going to be really excited.
And I think that puts you guys right in that 10 to 15 range going into next year's draft. So you guys can potentially draft another stud guy from Clemson.
I like it. Hey, we need more Clemson guys. Clemson of the South, the Jacksonville Tigers. Let's just make the name change now. Well, unless there's anything else from you guys, anything else?
Nope.
Nothing else? Well, nothing else from me. I just want to be playing meaningful football. I want to be competitive again. And I think that's where this team is trending. I know all you Jaguar fans out there listening want the same thing for this team. I think 9 wins, this city would be electric. I think 6+ wins, this city would be excited. I do think there's a lot of excitement to look forward to this season in Jacksonville. So stay tuned for more Poojie Podcast, Jacksonville Jaguar videos. If you're a UCF fan, stay tuned for UCF videos as football season approaches as well. We have plenty of other content coming up. NHL playoffs coming. We have Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp owner Ken Babby coming on the podcast next week. Going to be great to talk to him and catch up with minor league baseball season officially underway and the Jacksonville Jumbo Shrimp now in AAA in the International League. Great start to their season so far, by the way. But a lot of fun stuff coming up here at the Poojie Podcast. Stay tuned. Go subscribe on YouTube. Go subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Go follow us on all social media platforms as well. And last but not least, go make this world a better place. Take care.
How can I be the man when you're the man? How can I be the man when you're the man? How can I be the man when you're the man?